Bonus time here because we're going to talk a little bit about Rivian. And the good part about this is we're going to get to talk about two different things here and almost two trades on the same stock. And a good lesson learned. That's why it's going to be the trade of the day, because we like to educate here. And this is what it's going to be all about. Now, Rivian, they had the news yesterday of the price hike, 17, 20%, whatever it was going to be. And of course, the stock got absolutely pummeled. So we'll come back to that in a quick little second. This is what we are doing in the greater context in the daily chart. You had the woodshed day yesterday, breaking below that 60, getting close to that all-time low that you can see pointed out here, just above $50 on the daily chart. So in the context of the morning, you essentially were going right back up towards a 55 level, nice little consolidation, 60 to 55 type of a break, and then looking to get a move, a pop and fade trade. Because the way I saw it, when market was starting to come back in here, you have a horrible trend, you have clearly bad news, you have the EV space under pressure, unable to hold a lot of bids, and just looking for our favorite little pop and trade. Now sometimes you can have the greatest setup in the world or even a great idea, but the circumstances around it matter. And right around when it started popping to the upside to come into that short channel, there was an announcement they were pulling back the price decrease. So essentially that headline, which, by the way, we're not going to get into whether I think that's bad or good. I don't think that actually changes the litmus because you're just waffling back and forth in management. But either way, the algos pick this up and it just starts screaming. And the way it comes into your price level matters. With algos and buy programs buying it up on that headline, I end up just getting stopped out and was hunting stops until it turned, that kind of buy action. And sometimes it happens to you. And from there, you're not going to be happy with the trade. Like, obviously at this point, it's easy to get emotional. Like, you got to be kidding me. How is this, my loser, actually one of my worst two stocks today? Is going to be something where you pretty much had it dead to rights. It'll happen to you. But at that point, and you missed it, and I'm not willing to short in this consolidation, the only thing left was that 50 bottom. That's it. If I'm going to trade Rivian at that point, I'm going to go long off of 50 because I don't have another play, risk to reward. So sometimes you've got to be able to back off. It's a frustrating thing to sit this out and then sit this out because I can't structure a trade that makes sense to me. So we finally wait for the 50. At this point, it's still looking very weak, so aggressively scalping out the first test. The second test was pretty good, so we're definitely willing to hold out and try and get a retracement. I'm not looking for the home run here. You've got a horrible downward trend. I actually think the catalyst to that news was a complete rug pull, and I didn't think it was positive. So I'm still leaning that this is a downward trend. So I really just wanted the retracement to the last capitulation level. It's about 51.5. When it checked up there, that's when I put in the trail and got out. Could it have been $2 on the last little bit? Sure, we could have held it for a little bit more. But you got to remember the overall thesis, and don't get me wrong, like both Sean and I love that short up there. Sometimes there's not a ton you can do about it. You could just maybe not have a stop in that particular situation. Maybe you're just super quick to get back in. But in that spot, I don't like out of frustration getting back in. If you can catch it on a good setup on that high, fair enough. But sitting it out, waiting for that 50 level, and then executing, not trying to hit the home run, just making the next trade that is in front of you that sets up for you. That's all you can do in that situation because you're always going to get frustrated by the market. The best you can do is follow your rules, and the profits will come off your good decision.